My foster parents always complained they would have been better off raising a pig for slaughter, so I simply helped them become actual roast pork. I stand outside the burning house, warming my hands against the flames. Inside, Dennis and Janet are screaming, but I don't feel fear. I feel efficient, just like with director Bernice. She called me a freeloader, so I pushed her into a grain silo and let the corn fill her lungs. Now, she'll never have to worry about going hungry again. People call it murder. I call it community service. I really am just too helpful for my own good. My foster parents always complained they would have been better off raising a pig for slaughter, so I simply helped them become actual roast pork. I stand outside the burning house, warming my hands against the flames. Inside, Dennis and Janet are screaming, but I don't feel fear. I feel efficient, just like with director Bernice. She called me a freeloader, so I pushed her into a grain silo and let the corn fill her lungs. Now, she'll never have to worry about going hungry again. People call it murder. I call it community service. I really am just a helpful for my own good. Chapter 1. The butler sent to collect me made no effort to hide his disdain. Ms. Vesper, please come in. I smirked, stepping into the gilded cage that was supposed to be my birthright. 4 people sat in the living room. My biological parents, my brother, and the fake heiress who had occupied my life for 20 years. Kayla's eyes were rimmed red, looking like a frightened rabbit as she clung tightly to Teresa's hand. Vesper, I know you don't like me, Kayla said. I'll leave right now. I won't be an eyesore. Don't worry. I won't take anything from the Mo family. She stood up pitifully, looking as if she were about to burst into tears. It seemed like she might faint from grief at any second. Teresa immediately hugged her. Heartbroken, Kayla? Don't say such silly things. This is your home. Marcus looked at me with a dark expression. Vesper, your sister is timid. Don't scare her. Brody stepped up to shield Kayla, guarding her like a mother hen protecting its chick. Who are you giving that attitude to the moment you walk in? You think you can kick Kayla out? Look at yourself, you're not worthy. I paused. I hadn't said a word since walking in, but that didn't matter. As the most helpful person around, how could I let my sister suffer? So I stepped around Brody and stood directly in front of Kayla. She looked at me timidly, but a hint of triumph flashed in her eyes. In the next second, I seized her by the collar. Rear. The sound of tearing fabric filled the air. I tore her exquisite dress open with force. Buttons popped like gunshots. Silk screamed as it shredded. Kayla screamed, scrambling frantically to cover herself. But I didn't stop. Jacket, skirt, underwear. I threw them onto the floor, one by one. Seconds later, she stood stark naked in the center of the living room. Her skin was blindingly white. She was stunned. Everyone was stunned. I yanked the front door open and shoved her out, completely in the buff. You're welcome. Before the door closed, I saw her face twist in horror. I had also spotted the reporters hiding in the bushes outside the villa, their cameras ready. The flashbulbs erupted like a supernova. She sobbed so hard she looked ready to pass out. Compared to her delicate, performative weeping earlier, this was raw, ugly crying. Snot and tears flowed together. Teresa held her, cooing over her precious darling. Marcus pointed at me, his fingers shaking with rage. You ungrateful wretch. How dare you? Brody was furious, charging over as if he wanted to hit me. I took a step back and blinked innocently. What did I do wrong? Kayla said she wanted to leave, so I helped her. She said she wouldn't take a penny or a single thing with her. I ensured she didn't even take her clothes. Am I not considerate enough? Kayla's sobs choked in her throat. She wanted to argue, but she couldn't get a single word out. She had secretly called those reporters squatting outside. They were supposed to snap photos of me being kicked out of the Mo family in disgrace.